Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I have great news for you. And the good news is if you're watching this means that you're alive, you're well, and you are blessed and highly favored. And that's thanks to the Most High God, Jesus Christ. And I just want to give him the praise for allowing us to see another day. And I encourage you to do the same as well. Okay, so let's get to it. So it's something I meant to speak on that I didn't. And that was how unfortunate it is what's going on with Andrade, Demetrius Andrade. I think that he is a entertaining guy. I think that he is a pretty solid boxer. I think that he is very talented. And it's unfortunate what has happened with him over the years because he is pretty much a victim of what I like to call stunted growth in the sport of boxing. And that's where he's just kind of been stuck in the same place in the sport. He's pulled out of a few fights, and it's just unfortunate what's going on with him. I think that he was not what he should have been in the sport. I would have liked to have seen him for the likes of Jamal Charlo. I would have liked to see him got the fight with Canelo, and the Triple G's and things like that. But unfortunately, we just never really got to see him live up to his full potential, And it's a little frustrating. I'm frustrated for him, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was the politics behind the scenes. I don't know, because as you know, boxing politics is like no other. In the past 10 years, it's just like been downhill for the sport. I mean, the BS behind the scenes with making these fights and things like that have just really been frustrating to endure as a fan and a full-time supporter of the sport, Yeah, and I feel like he is a victim of that, He's moved up in weight. And I mean, listen, I'm not upset with him. A lot of people were bashing him for moving up in weight and pulling out of his last fight. But at the same time, I just feel like we are not boxers, the new media. We don't know what these guys truly and honestly go through behind the scenes with the promoters, with trying to make the fights that they want, with, you know what I'm saying? All of the humps that they have to get over with getting the things that they want in the sport as far as contracts and things like that go. So I just feel like, like I always say, let's show these guys the ultimate respect, because this is a dangerous sport. They risk their lives, and they also put up with a lot of BS behind the scenes, like with these promoters and this politics and these unforeseen entities who truly run this sport, like that holds up a lot of things and manipulates a lot of things, and really hinders these fighters' careers look like, and it's tragic. It's sad to see, and I feel like Demetrius Andrade is a victim of that. And I think he just got frustrated and said, you know what, I can't get the fights that I want to get at this weight, so I'm just gonna move up. You know what I'm saying? And see if I can make something happen there. So I wish him all the best. But when I think about him, I get kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? I do. I might have touched on him. It's the thing with him is that it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. When you're not active, I kind of just like, you know. But he really crossed my mind today, and I realized that I never really said the things that I wanted to say about him. He's also Cabo Verdean, like myself. So, you know, he's my fellow countryman, and but none of that really matters. Listen. That don't make me favor him. I still don't have a favorite fighter. I still, am a supporter of all fighters. But yeah, it makes me sad, for him. Because I've seen him go to press conferences and call these guys out, and they just kind of just shun him, and just, from the Charlo brothers to to how Canelo did him at his press conference a few years back. Like, it's just, my heart hurts for him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because he hasn't been able to, you know, really show his talents and be what he truly wants to be and what he should be in this sport. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say he doesn't serve any part in that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the behind the scenes with this sport in the past 10 years is so horrible. I know that is a big part of it. You know what I'm saying? And so, God bless him and all he do. And, I hope everything works out for him. Moving forward, I just wanted to touch on that right quick. Moving forward, I wanted also to speak on Canelo and Triple G and say that I totally was not interested and nothing Canelo Triple G. I was not, like, if the fight came out of nowhere, I wasn't interested. Like, that's not a fight that I needed, that I feel like the sport needed. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Canelo won, and it was obvious what happened in that fight. Canelo, walked him down and kicked his ass around the ring. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, we can squash that era finally once and for all. You know what I'm saying? Now I would like to see Canelo fight the Jamal Charlos. I would like to see him, give some of these other guys a chance in that weight division. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Very short and sweet. Updates on let me speak on this. Tank Davis had a few choice words to say, a few things to say about, like, his contract with Ryan Garcia, how he didn't like it, and how, like, they just basically just gave him like trying to give him some type of, like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a BS contract, and he was just like, yeah, shaking my head, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I think Tank is the biggest, if not one of the biggest superstars in the sport right now. And if things keep going the way it's going for him, he's also gonna have, like, stunted growth in the sport as well. Between what's happening with, him outside of the ring, and I don't speak on people's personal business. That's not my business, but I'm just gonna say, with what's going on with him outside of the ring, and then with his constant back and forth with his promoter, Floyd Mayweather, is that we can't fully get what we really want to get out of him. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, these are the things that frustrate me in the sport. A lot of the politics behind the scenes and the decision making is just frustrating with all of my faves. You know what I'm saying? It's heartbreaking. he's expressed his frustration with his promoter for at least like the past 3 years now. You know what I'm saying? And he's still there. I don't know what his contract is as far as him being signed to them, or when is it up or whatever. But my thing is, if you're so unhappy, then move forward. Don't continue to stay and then cry, you know what I'm saying, about this and that and the third. Unless he can't leave, then that's a different story, you know what I'm saying. Unless he done, sign something we don't know about. I don't know, signed in blood, I don't know. But I just hate it for him, and I wish that it wasn't like that. I wish that he got along with his promotional company more. I wish that we got to see him fight a little better opposition, and I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying there's certain fights that I would have had liked to seen. At least 2 so far. I would have had liked to have seen the Gary Russell. I would have had liked to seen the Tevin Farmer. And I would have had liked to seen the Lomachenko. I would have had liked to seen that. In the near future, I would like to see Devin Haney. I would like to see the Shakur Stevensons and see them mismatch and fight each other. But, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I wish him nothing but the best. And, yeah, this sport is, what else did I want to touch on? Okay, next thing I wanted to touch on was this so-called 35-65% deal that's supposed to be done got signed between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, with Errol Spence being the big fish getting 65% and Terrence Crawford accepting the 35%. Here's the thing, you weren't there. I wasn't there. I don't know if this is true or not, number one. Number two, I have absolutely no comment on whether it's a good deal or not, because I'm not the one fighting, risking my life, and I'm not the one that's gonna have to suffer the consequences of that lesser amount. You know what I'm saying? That they saying Terrence Crawford. Like, if Terrence Crawford signed it, that means he's cool with it. Why is everybody so mad about things that they're not benefiting from, they're not profiting from? Like, why is that even a discussion, discussing other people's money and pocket watching? You know what I'm saying? I don't see the big deal. If Terrence Crawford did accept that deal, if that is true, then I'm not mad about it. Like, he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? They both know what they're doing. The only thing I want is for them to both be happy with whatever deal that they make. You know what I'm saying? That's all I care about, that these guys are happy with the deal that they make, so that we can get a good fight out of them. That, you know what I'm saying? There's no frustration there. Like, it's too much energy going into the wrong things from the supporters and the fans with this fight. You guys are worried about how much money they gonna make, and you guys are worried about, you know what I'm saying, like whether people getting in the scuffles outside of the ring and this and that and the other, and you guys are just worried about like stupid things concerning this fight. Like, listen, like I say, and I'm gonna say it again, greatness takes time. If we don't get to fight this year or next, listen, I'm not mad. Lord's willing, and he is always willing. I'll see it when they make the fight. You know what I'm saying? These guys are nothing but 2 years and a couple of months, a few months apart. So it ain't no such thing as, they're trying to age Bud out. They can't age Bud out, because these guys are just 2 years plus apart. That's not aging nobody out. That's not a big age difference. So, I'm not worried about that either. Bud is an athletic guy. Errol Spence is a very determined guy. These guys, if we get to fight this year or in a year and a half or 2 years, listen, they'll still be, in my opinion, physically as equipped as they are now to make it happen and put on a great performance for, the supporters. So I just feel like, it's just too much disrespect still going on, pocket watching these guys and worrying about the purse and this and that and the other. Something that we're we the people are not going to benefit from. Like, it's ridiculous, and I've been saying this, you know what I'm saying? um Also, I hear a lot of people frustrated thinking that Mayweather is trying to steal the shine off of them by announcing like a what is it, a like a fight where I forgot what it's called, but a fight where it's just like, for play type of deal. I forgot what it's called. Please excuse me for not knowing the lingo. Listen, this man been doing this for years. Why is anybody surprised? I'm not surprised, nor am I upset. Nothing can take away from the hype surrounding Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. Nothing. Not even Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is way past his heyday. He has had his time. The only people that would care is people who don't watch boxing and all they know is Floyd Mayweather, and they get excited whenever he announce a fight. You know what I'm saying? um Us, true boxing fans, the people that really make this shit go, we, it ain't gonna, listen, we don't give a damn. We support in the real, you know what I'm saying, at this point in the sport. Like, we're past the Floyd Mayweather era of fighting, you know what I'm saying? So it's no way, nothing can overlap that fight. So get off of Floyd's back. Like, we all know what it is with him. I don't gotta say it, and I'm not saying it in a bad way, but you know he's done this for the past, 10 years. You know what I'm saying? He's responsible for a lot of the type of politics that go on in boxing today, and he's a powerful man. You know what I'm saying? And listen, he's got his hand in a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff ain't gonna happen until he's satisfied, okay? And so, if he want to fight or do a whatever type of fight that's called, where like a for play fight or whatever in November, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? And nothing can take away from, in my opinion, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fight. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a big deal. Like, everybody ease up, stop disrespecting the man, hating on the man. Like, we know what it is with him. Sometimes you gotta just let people do them, and you do you, and you support what you want to support. Like, put your money where your mouth is. You show support where you want the support to go. You know what I'm saying? Like that. We don't, like, it don't have to be all of that. You know what I'm saying? Also, it's a lot of rumors that he could possibly be holding up the fight. Of course he is. He has his hands in PBC. It's his company as well. Like, come on now. A lot of people holding up the fight behind the scenes. It ain't just him. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, you'll know when the fight gonna happen when he announced it. You think that man was lying? He wasn't lying. I've been on record saying this on the Boxer OG channel, that Floyd is behind the scenes. Like, listen, he got his whole foot in this thing. This is a big fight. You know what I'm saying? This fight is a big deal, and this is something that could overshadow his own legacy. You know what I'm saying? And so he has to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? To add on to his legacy, to say that, listen, I was a part. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at that. When people have the power to have influence and to put their to invest in things, to get something out of it, they do. This is what powerful people do. You know what I'm saying? Like, just relax, people. This is what powerful people do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, how you know what powerful people? Because I grew up around some powerful people. I've been around some powerful people, and to a small extent, the Lord has granted me the ability to witness them manipulate and maneuver and do things. You know what I'm saying? Because they had the power. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Anything else that I wanted to touch on? Nope. I believe that's all. That's all. I don't have anything else to touch on. Yeah, that's it. I believe I'm done. So yeah, listen, you guys have a wonderful night or morning or evening or good afternoon. And remember, God first, anything after. You know what I'm saying? If you put him first, whatever you need, whatever you want, it is his desire to see you be great. And don't ever forget that. Good night.